So Iron Man pulls up on Rhodey and Justin Hammer at the Weapons Expo. He pulls up on Rhodey like, hey, I think we should get everybody up out of here, bro. I think that boy Justin Hammer working with Vanko. He then pulls up on Justin Hammer asking where Vanko is, and Vanko on the computer screen just took control of War Machine and every single Hammer drone at the Expo. But War Machine and the Hammer drones start aiming their guns at Iron Man, so he starts dipping out the way and they start firing at his ass. And Vanko done deployed all their Hammer drones in War Machine to go fly after Tony. Vanko wants Tony gone for good. He's dipping and dodging all throughout the Expo while the rest of the Hammer drones just start shooting missiles at everything. Iron Man loops back around the Hammer drones that are following him to the Hammer drones that were shooting missiles. The ones that are shooting missiles start trying to blick down Iron Man, but they shooting their own guys. And then this one specific Hammer drone was about to blick this child down because he had an Iron Man helmet on. And I'm just over here thinking, your very complex robot artillery army can't differentiate between a small child in an Iron Man mask and the actual thing? Yeah, man, that robot just wanted to shoot that kid for fun, but Tony pulled up and beamed his ass down for him. Tony starts flying away again, leading all the Hammer drones away from the Expo and into this underpass, having a bunch of them run into the beams in the underpass. 3 of the Hammer drones duck back off into the Expo, so Tony's trying to follow their ass. But Vanko, controlling the War Machine, has him pull out that Yao Meaner on his shoulder, and he starts trying to mow that nigga down. And oh nah, look at all these cars just blowing up. And if it's one thing I learned from watching all these Marvel movies, if I ever get transported into the MCU, it's to never own a car, man. That shit is dead. I'm walking everywhere I gotta go. But on Tony's way back to the Expo, he done busted one of the Hammer drones off into this building, and he starts playing a game of chicken with the Hammer drones. He is flying as fast as he can into this big ass globe. Tony flies through this globe just to hit the nastiest break on these niggas, just to then fly up, crashing most of the Hammer drones. We then go see this Natasha Happy subplot as they pull up on where they think Vanko is, and I'm not gonna lie, this is like the 3rd time I've seen a nigga hung in this movie. Like, what is going on here, brother? Y'all need to relax. But then we go back to Tony, and he's over here asking where Rhodey is, and he snuck the hell out of this nigga. I mean, tackled brother out of the sky into this damn dome. Natasha's trying to reboot Rhodey's suit as Iron Man tried to tackle War Machine, and Tony just got big body by little bro. I mean, he hit that nigga with the nastiest chokeslam I done ever seen. Rhodey then gets on top of Iron Man, paws, and starts trying to mow his ass down with that Yao Meaner he got on his shoulder. But Natasha hacked little bro just in time, and Iron Man done threw that big ass nigga off of him. Iron Man helps War Machine back up, and he's like, hey, we need to lock in because we are finna get jumped out of our minds. And then these niggas start yapping crazy style. They was trying to devise a plan to get the upper hand on the niggas finna jump them, but they yapped so long they done got pulled up on already. But as soon as they got pulled up on, all that yip yap stopped, and it was time to lock in. And the sound of the faceplate coming on is iconic, bro. Just listen to this. Yeah, man, we done with them nanotech suits, man. We do not want to see them hoes no more. But Tony and Rhodey start going to town on these Hammer drones. They is blasting and mowing niggas down until one of the Hammer drone pulls up on Tony. He hits him with the nastiest V-trigger I done ever seen. Kenny Omega would be proud. It ass came down with the right and hit a nigga with a mean ass left. Grabbed that Hammer drone and then threw his ass on the ground. We go to Rhodey and he just starts machine gunning this nigga down. And I'm not gonna lie, this was uncalled for, brother. You might need to get some shit checked out. Tony then punched the chest out of 2 Hammer drones just to get almost snuck by a missile. His ass just hit that most nonchalant ass dodge out of the way. Then he shot his cluster missiles at those boys, blowing all 3 of them up at the same time. Tony then blicked the nigga away, punched the nigga in his sternum as Rhodey is going to town, gunning these boys down. Gut punch into the kick was crazy, Rhodey. I'm not gonna lie, you didn't need to do that to little bro. He was already gone. You done shot his ass up 11 times. There was no need. Iron Man and War Machine start getting overwhelmed, and then Tony tells Rhodey to duck as he pulls out these 2 lasers and just spins in a circle, clearing all of those Hammer drones. But then Natasha alerts Tony and Rhodey that they getting pulled up on by one more nigga, but he's different than these other drones who got a way stronger pulse. And once he gets there, he takes off his helmet, and it's Vanko. As his ass pulls out them electric whips, Rhodey's like, hold on, I got something for his bitch ass. Tries to shoot Vanko with that missile Hammer was glazing earlier in the movie. He shoots that hoe at Vanko. and kaput, absolutely nothing. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm Rhodey, I'm finding that nigga Justin Hammer and beating his ass in the cell, cause that could have been life or death for me. But Tony's like, alright, little nigga, I got somebody that ass. Tries to shoot him with his missiles, but they do absolutely nothing to Vanko. As he strikes down with that whip, having Tony and Rhodey dodge out the way. Rhodey starts trying to blick Whiplash down, but Whiplash just slashed Rhodey's guns in half with that whip. And now that I'm thinking about it, using a whip on a black man is kinda crazy. I know what you are, Vanko. And look at Rhodey's face, that says it all. But Tony flew in the air, shot one shot and missed, did a little spin move and shot and missed, and I'm just over here looking at Tony like, what are you trying to flex for if you don't just beat this nigga? But Ivan done gripped that nigga up in the air and slammed him on the ground. And God damn, really thinking about it, bro, getting thrown around in the suit like this, man, I know this nigga Tony got about 14 concussions off of that fall alone. Whiplash was trying to finish Tony off, but Rhodey not finna let gang go out like that, so he tried to lay some suppressing fire on Ivan. He was eating all them shots though, but Tony came in, tried to hit a flying something on Ivan, and oh nah, his ass just simply got backhanded away like he wasn't even nothing. You see, right here, if I'm Tony, this is where the thoughts for the Hulkbuster armor are coming from. I'm tired of getting little bro by these big ass niggas. Like, nah, it has to stop today. But Whiplash gripped War Machine up by the neck with his whip, pulled his ass to him just to punch him square in the chest. Tony saw that like, oh yeah, no, I can't let that slide. Pulled up on Whiplash, hit him in the back of the head. Actually had that nigga backing up a little bit. Then got this nasty ass 3-piece off on his ass just to get a headbutt, knocking all that momentum down. His ass got whipped across the chest, and then that whip got wrapped around his neck as he started electrocuting that nigga. And Rhodey on the ground starts trying to shoot at Vanko, but he just stomps on little bro while he's there, putting that clamp down, locking his ass in place. But Iron Man over there ain't no bitch. He's pulling Whiplash towards him while the whips around him, still getting shocked, making sure he's off of Rhodey. But as soon as that foot got off of Rhodey, he whipped that nigga too. But all of Rhodey's ancestors looking at him like, nah, that's crazy. Me personally, I'm not letting that slide. We ain't did all that fighting just for you to get whipped again, nigga. Come on now, fight back. But while Iron Man and War Machine both compromised, Iron Man remembers when him and Rhodey fought earlier in the movie and they shot at each other at the same time. They're like, hey, let's do that to this bitch ass nigga Whiplash. So they both shoot at Whiplash at the same time, making this big ass explosion, absolutely cooking that nigga Whiplash. But Iron Man and War Machine get back up to look at Whiplash's cooked ass body as he starts chuckling, saying, you lose. He activates a bomb on him and every single hammer drone that got defeated today. And that's the problem with niggas today, man. Niggas just don't know how to take an L and keep it pushing, bro. Why did Whiplash have to go back in the car and pull out a gun? We was just playing basketball. You lost, nigga, relax. But Iron Man and War Machine dip up out of there as Whiplash and all the hammer drones explode, ending the fight. And I'm not gonna lie, Iron Man and War Machine did the hammer drones like Miami Heat, LeBron, and D-Wade. Like, they was beating these niggas' asses. If anybody had a reason to pull out a gun, it was those niggas. But to be completely fair, if Iron Man locked in, he could have just hit them niggas with a maximum pulse and there would have been no need for a fight. But that's enough yapping for me, man. Moral of the story is learn to take your losses like a man. But with that being said, if you like, comment, subscribe, do the good stuff, and yeah, I'm out of here. Bye.